Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. It's Super King Adora here. And we're back with more Dino Diaries. And we're on Isla Nublar because this is where the first one can be found. This is my what if Isla Nublar succeeded park. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see the guests walking around and all that. I try to do it in the outlay of the park, but y'all already know that. If y'all don't know that, I did a few videos on it earlier. It's called Building Isla Nublar Film, because I did a novel version too. But I diverse. Today we're going to be talking about one of Jurassic Park's and World's most iconic dinosaur. Very fleet-footed. Matter of fact, I think they're flocking this way. Let's give a nice warm round of applause to Gallimimus, Bullatus. Okay, so let's get into this. Quiet, press office. We're trying to do a dinosaur diary. It says that Gallimimus means fowl or chicken mimic. Code name is Gally or Speeder. I like Gally, you know. Diet is actually omnivorous. The ornithomimosaurs were actually omnivorous dinosaurs and were known for eating like not just plants, insects, and eggs. It had a height of 2 meters, which is 6.6 feet at the hip. A length of 8 meters, which is 26 feet. Not bad, not bad. It weighed anywhere from 160 to 440 kilograms. That's anywhere from 352 to 970 pounds, almost half a ton. Gallimimus is hefty. You a hefty girl, ain't you? It had a range of Isla Nublar to Isla Sorna. That's the 2 islands they were on. Unless you have this game now, they're on the whole 5 deaths. Birth type A, like most dinosaurs. Novel appearances was The Lost World, document only. Movie appearances includes Jurassic Park, The Lost World Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Now, check this one out. Notable game appearances: Jurassic Park on the NES, Jurassic Park, then The Lost World Jurassic Park. Then you got Jurassic Park 3 Island Attack. Then you got Jurassic Park 3 The DNA Factor. Then you got Jurassic Park 3 Park Builder. Then you got Jurassic Park Dinosaur Battles, which is, you really couldn't use most of the dinosaurs on it. You know, that disappointed me. I actually wanted to add dinosaurs like Gallimimus and Dilophosaurus to the team, but they were being a little, man, I don't know what's the word for that, but anyway. Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, which I'm pretty sure majority of the world is familiar with at this point by now. Jurassic Park Explorer, Jurassic Park Builder, Jurassic World the Game, Jurassic World Evolution, and Jurassic World Alive. I don't have a Gallimimus. I have an Ornithomimus, but I don't have a Gally. And comic appearances, and there's a question mark there, but we'll see if that's included as we go on. And for toy appearances, it says Jurassic Park Series 2. Look at them flop. Gallimimus has got powerful hind legs, I tell you. Let's get into this though. It says that Gallimimus was a speedy theropod, the largest of its type. They were called chicken mimics because they probably moved like modern flightless birds. I think more like ostriches than chickens. That's the type of vibe they give off to me, like they're more like an ostrich. But I think that's what ornithomimosaur means. Ornithomime, I believe, means ostrich mimic, right? I can't really remember. No, it's Struthiomimus means ostrich mimic, I believe. One of them do. It's not ornithomimosus. I think it's Struthiomimus. Let me know down in the comments. Okay, it says, unlike other theropods, Gallimimus had no teeth. In fact, It had a very small head. Oh man, we're just gonna go to this one then. The other one's being shy. This had a very small head. This was probably one of the fastest dinosaurs with speed like a modern cheetah. It could probably run up to 60 miles per hour. Impressive. With its small, toothless head, it is believed that the Gallimimus had a diet of insects, small animals, eggs, and maybe even some plants. They had very long fingers and long arms, which they could use for digging or grabbing eggs. They had a much longer neck than any other theropod dinosaur. As you can really see here, got a nice S curve going on. In Jurassic Park, they were shown as a large flock, but we don't know if that was real or movie behavior. Story-wise, it says 44. That's a big number. Probably the largest amount of any dinosaur engine has ever created. It says 44 Gallimimus were successfully recreated by an engine in the lab on Isla Sorna, where they were parented and fed in captivity on the island. The clone Gallimimus moved in flocks and had a color scheme that varied depending on an individual's age and gender. Like all of InGen's clone theropods, Gallimimus had pronated hands. Because of a null allele created from the mutation and manipulation of his genes, as well as the addition of frog, reptile, and bird DNA, the clone Gallimimus lacked feathers. The males were occasionally a bright orange and darker patterns of red and orange from head to tail. The females were duller in color from most of the body, having a peachy color along with 3 shades of brown: beige, sand, and tan. This is probably what we're looking at right here. It says needless to say about their neck and head, which were purplish with dark purple stripes over with a streamline of orange leading up to their head, which ended off with a bright yellow. Unlike the adults, the juveniles have a color scheme based on much like that of a fawn. They have a mossy green, almost translucent color to their bodies and have a diverse number of spots on over them. 24 Gallimimus were transported to the island Isla Nublar to live in the Gallimimus enclosure of Jurassic Park. The Isla Nublar incident of 1993. When Dennis Nedry disabled Jurassic Park's electric fences, Gallimimus was free to roam the island like most of the dinosaurs in the park. On the second day of the Isla Nublar incident, Dr. Alan Grant and the Murphy children witnessed a Gallimimus flock in its enclosure, fleeing from Jurassic Park's Tyrannosaurus Rex. The T-Rex managed to kill one unlucky individual who tripped on another Gallimimus when the flock was running for safety. That's what happened. I ain't catch him tripping on another Gallimimus. I'm gonna rewatch that scene because now I want to see that. I just thought the T-Rex lunged and it like misstepped or something, you know. This individual's remains would remain on the island for over a decade and was still there in the same location as it died in 2002. By 1994, the Gallimimus population of Isla Nublar had been brought down to 9 individuals because of continuous tyrannosaur attacks. Wow. So basically the T-Rex was like, what, slowly feeding off of these carcasses then? Now the thing that they really don't mention is that Baryonyx and Metriacanthosaurus were also created for Jurassic Park, the movie. As you can see, the map had them on there. You had Proceratosaurus on there, so there were other carnivores on the island, smaller than T-Rex. Probably went extinct again for a short period of time too, because of the inability to hunt due to other predators and due to the T-Rex. Yeah, but if you ask me, I believe Metriacanthosaurus was one of the surviving breeds of dinosaurs left on the island. Anyway, wild on Isla Sorna. When Hurricane Clarissa struck Isla Sorna, the engine personnel left the island. The 20 remaining bird-like dinosaurs were either set free by the workers or broke out on their own because the storm had damaged the fences. Gallimimus roamed freely across the island. The theropods had to learn to live in the wild since they no longer received lysine supplements in their food. They started to eat lysine-rich foods. They were known to have resided in the southeast of Isla Sorna, coexisting with other hoverboards such as Mamenchisaurus, Parasaurolophus, and Pachycephalosaurus. I can't wait till we get to Mamenchi. Gallimimus also made up a good portion of the fauna of that region. Now let's talk about the Isla Sorna incident of 1997, shall we? During the Isla Sorna incident of 1997, 2 adult Gallimimus were captured by the Indian hunters for Peter Ludlow's Jurassic Park San Diego. But was freed the following night by Nick Van Orn and the Gatherers, along with the rest of the dinosaurs held captive by the hunters. That was short. Jurassic World. Gallimimus was one of the many dinosaurs that lived in Masrani Global Corporation's dinosaur park, Jurassic World. They retain many characteristics of the previous clones, albeit being a foot taller and having teeth, which is inaccurate to the real animal, and being different in colors, orange with a creamy underbelly and brown stripes on the backs. Let me see. If you can open your mouth, do you have? Yeah, they have teeth. Yeah, these are the Jurassic World variants, definitely. Yeah, they have teeth. They're not supposed to, but hey. Jurassic Park / World has never been about being completely scientific accurate, so why even try to start now? The theropods lived in the self-titled Gallimimus Valley. Some of the juveniles also lived in the Gentle Giant's petting zoo. Until they got old enough, they had to be transported over. The one of the adult Gallimimus just breaking out, jumping over the petting zoo fences and running crazy. Now, for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, it is revealed that there are surviving Gallimimus populations on Isla Nublar, as they will now face an impending danger alongside many other creatures in the form of an erupting volcano. They were seen running alongside many other species away from Mount Saibo. Some Gallimimus were also captured and taken to Lockwood Manor, but thanks to Claire Deering and Maisie Lockwood, they would eventually escape this estate along with the other dinosaurs. More so Maisie. Maisie did not want the dinosaurs to die because she felt sympathy for being a clone. She knew they were clones, and when she found out she was a clone, she was like, if I get to live, they get a chance to live. I'm pretty sure the Gallimimuses are all going to get rounded up though. It says that for the Lost World. In the evolution of Claire, it is listed as one of the 5 species residing in the Gyrosphere Valley. They are only seen once when 3 of them race a jeep. Now let's move on to the game, shall we? While they socialize over here. Multiple herds of Gallimimus appear in the SNES game Jurassic Park, which is short for Super Nintendo Entertainment System, in case y'all didn't know that. It says they could be killed by the player. The dinosaurs won't attack the avatar directly. They move in a following cycle. The animals stand still in a row for some time, then they simultaneously run to the other side of the field. On the other side, they will wait in formation until they run back. If the player happens to be in the path of the Gallimimus, they lose HP. Ooh, Jurassic Park Rampage Edition. It says that Dr. Grant can mount a Gallimimus during the Savannah level in the Jurassic Park Rampage Edition. Kind of like the Lion King level when Simba rode the ostrich. That was cool. Jurassic Park, the arcade game. Gallimimus is encountered in the Jurassic Park arcade game. Nothing there. Not even what level. It says the Lost World Jurassic Park arcade game. Herds of Gallimimus are encountered in the Lost World Jurassic Park arcade game. This starting to sound repetitive, I know. Jurassic Park Trespasser. An unused quote from Jurassic Park Trespasser has Hammond state that Gallimimus thrived as the fastest dinosaur on Isla Sorna, assuming they would make an appearance in the game. However, this idea was scrapped. Oh. Jurassic Park 3 Island Attack. Gallimimus appears in Jurassic Park 3 Island Attack. It appears in Jurassic Park 3 DNA Factor. It is one of the carnivore ones that can be created in Jurassic Park 3 Park Builder. It's it's part of the carnivore ones. It's interesting to classify as a carnivore one. They can classify it as an omnivore. Actually, they could have classified it as an omnivore here in this game and still have it munch off of plants. And plants. If they added dinosaur aliens, you could see them try to raid a nest. Yeah, truthfully. Questions for later. Jurassic Park Dinosaur Battles. It is a weak opponent in Jurassic Park Dinosaur Battles that can be defeated with any dinosaur. Jurassic Park Explorer. Gallimimus is featured in the DVD game Jurassic Park Explorer. Hold on, going back to Jurassic Park Dinosaur Battles, or for some of you that are about as old as me, remember it, Jurassic Park Scan Command. Gallimimus, when you first started, it popped up so frequently, and now that I think about it, it reminded me of walking through the tall grass in Pokemon and constantly getting, encounters. It was like the rat-a-tat of the dang game, Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. Now we can actually get some information here, some good information. What are you gonna do? Walk between the Brachiosaurus legs? Oh, you're not that foolish. It says in the video game Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, Gallimimus is a 3-star herbivore from the Flaming Cliffs formation, along with the Velociraptor and a Homalocephaly, much like the real world. Homalocephaly, I'm surprised they didn't make it in. We could have had 4 types of Pachycephalosaurs. There's always hope for later. The coloration resembles very closely to the Jurassic Park Gallimimus. It is inaccurately depicted as a herbivore when in both real life and Jurassic Park is an omnivore. This is possibly due to their limitations that resemble a herbivore. Gallimimus can coexist with Dryosaurus and other herbivores and appears to be one of the hardest herbivores to catch by most carnivorous dinosaurs. That's how it should have been said. That's how that one sentence should have went. Anyway, it appeared in the game's demo as well. The lifestyle of the Gallimimus in this game much more disorganized than in films, where the Gallimimus are thought to evade in flocks. Though much of this is true in the game, the galleys tend to separate from the herd and end up getting lost. When in the herd, the galleys frequently run on a natural basis, but when isolated from the herd, they always stop running and normally walk. And that's how they end up getting picked off. And then it's like when a large carnivore like Allosaurus or Spinosaurus, Carcharodontosaurus, or T-Rex, when they grab the galley, or even the Dryosaurus, but I want to say more so the galley, they emit this piercing cry. It makes you feel sad for them because the T-Rex or so just walking with them in his mouth, just walking. He's not finishing it off. It's just walking, shaking his head, just torturing it. Like, what kind of sick game was this? What the heck? Okay, Parasaurolophus. In Jurassic Park Builder, it says that Gallimimus is one of the available dinosaurs on the iOS application. Much like Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, it is inaccurately depicted as a herbivore when in both real life and in Jurassic Park is an omnivore. This is also possibly due to the limitations that resemble a herbivore and sharing the Dryosaurus model and animation. Lego Jurassic World says that Gallimimus appears in the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World sections of the video game Lego Jurassic World. Y'all gotta let me know if y'all want me to play this down in the comments. I'll make an effort to try to buy the Lego Jurassic World game in the future, and we play through it. I seen Game and Beaver do it, and it looked fun. I'm not gonna lie, it looks fun. So let me know down in the comments. Jurassic World, the game. It says that Gallimimus is one of the available dinosaurs on this iOS application as well. Much like Jurassic Park Operation Genesis and Jurassic Park Builder, it is inaccurately depicted as a herbivore when in both life and Jurassic Park is an omnivore. This is also possibly due to the limitations that resemble a herbivore. It's a rare too. I never really used Gallimimus because I had the other better rares like Carnotaurus and Allosaurus and Argentinosaurus. So I never really used it. I pretty much got it a little bit too late in the game anyway, where I already had a super rare like Velociraptor on hand, you know. Let's see. It's probably going to say the same thing for Jurassic World Evolution because it too is depicted as a herbivore. It says Gallimimus appears in Jurassic World Evolution. It was first revealed by a species profile. It was, its design is based on the Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom variants. Much like Jurassic Park Operation, Genesis, Jurassic World the Game, and Park Builder, it is inaccurately depicted as a herbivore when it in both real life and Jurassic Park is an omnivore. This is also possibly due to their limitations that resemble a herbivore. It's 2018. There should not be no limitations. You could just say it's an omnivore. It's like they could have made an icon for omnivorous dinosaurs, or if they, since you got Struthiomimus, Archaeornithomimus as well, you technically have 3 species of dinosaurs that are omnivorous right off the bat. So I don't know. Jurassic World Alive. Gallimimus is a common in Jurassic World Alive. Its design is based on the Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom variants. I have not encountered Gallimimus at all. Well, considering I got Ornithomimus, I'm not sure I really want to, because Ornithomimus is the rare, and I don't really use commons anymore unless they let you build more than one strike team, and then I can put Gallimimus on there with like Ornithomimus, and I can hit like low-level incubators, Toy series time. It says 2 Gallimimus appear in the Jurassic Park Series 2 toy line. One is a hatchling that is included with the Ian Malcolm figure, and the other is an adult. The adult is one of the rarest and most expensive figures in the toy line. Wow. Diecast. Gallimimus appears in the diecast Jurassic Park toy line package with a Pteranodon. Lego Jurassic World. It says a Gallimimus figure is included in the Lego Jurassic World set 3032 Gallimimus Trap, which is a pre-order bonus from the Lego Jurassic World video game. Oh, that's cool. Because it reuses the Coelophysis mold from Lego's previous Dino toy line, the figure has a mouthful of teeth with 2 pairs of buck teeth at the front of the mouth. Much like a Heterodontosaurid. This makes this toy one of the most inaccurate depictions of Gallimimus in the Jurassic Park franchise. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, a new figure of Gallimimus will be released as part of the toy line for the Fallen Kingdom series. Oh, Gallimimus get some behind the scenes. That's what I'm talking about, Gallies. That's what I'm talking about. See, look, they talk about their behind the scenes now. Like, remember that one time when we flocked away from the T-Rex and they caught Jerry? Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah. Anyway, it says that the Gallimimus stampede featured in the first film was envisioned very early in the development by Steven Spielberg. The scene itself is an adaptation of a similar event in the chapter Dawn of the first novel, which featured Grant and the Murphys witnessing the adult T-Rex chase a herd of hadrosaurs. Phil Tippett proposed that the hadrosaurs herd be replaced by that of Gallimimus because they could reach a higher speed, and this proposal later became final. When designing the Gallimimus for Jurassic Park, conceptual artist Mark Crash McCreary used the modern emu as a main source of reference in its design. Director Steven Spielberg wanted the Gallimimus to be bird-like, as well as wanting its color scheme to be like that of a colorful bird. Paul Mahias sculpted the maquette from McCreary's concept art and finished sculpting it in March of 1992. This maquette would be used by the ILM for both adults and juveniles of the herds seen in the film. When creating the legs of the sculpture, Paul used reference photos of ostrich feet. Steven Spielberg picked the color scheme out of several coloration designs created by various crew members of Stan Winston Studios. The design selected was different than that seen in the final film. The painted maquette was a dark brown with dark blue striping, instead of bright earth orange and white like that seen in the film's Gallimimus. Trying to make it more vibrant, that's what basically. And for what I'm seeing here, it really looks good. It's a nice vibrant model. I think they actually should have went with that. Gallimimus probably would have stood out more. It'd have been like the parrot or the macaw of the series, you know? Okay, it says tests of a computer generated of the Gallimimus herd and a Tyrannosaurus created by industrial light and magic was what convinced Spielberg to replace the Go Motion dinosaurs that were planned to be used in for wide shots and said creatures solely with CGI. Though Phil Tippett had added a motion blur to the stop-motion dinosaurs that was absent from previous films that featured go-motion creatures, such as the 1963's Jason and the Argonauts, but Spielberg felt that the movements of the dinosaurs were still jerky. Dennis Muren then suggested to Spielberg that ILM create computer-generated full-size dinosaurs. Interested, Spielberg requested a test be made featuring CGI dinosaurs in the first of the series of tests. ILM created a herd of Gallimimus running through a still photograph of Hawaii. Stephen was impressed by how smooth the Gallimimus moved, as well as how authentic the rendering was. But he was not fully convinced to use the CGI for the dinosaurs until ILM made more tests featuring a fully fleshed T-Rex and said T-Rex chasing a herd of fully fleshed Gallimimus. It says that the flocking scene was filmed at Kuloia Ranch on the Hawaiian island of Oahu to Hurricane Iniki canceling further filming on Kauai. It was to be the last scene to be filmed in Kauai before the hurricane occurred. The Gallimimus herd in Jurassic Park were the next dinosaurs the ILM created after the Brachiosaurus during post-production. The ostrich was used as an animation reference by the ostrich was used as animation reference for the galleys by ILM. Another reference for animating the herd, particularly when they jumped over the fallen tree, is simply personnel for the movie running and jumping over a scale version of the fallen tree while being filmed. During the filming of this reference footage, Ty Ruben Ellingson, who created the storyboard for the flocking scene and participated in the shooting of the footage, accidentally tripped over the scale log and broke the elbow of his drawing arm, an injury that required him to have surgery. When Phil Tippett heard of Ellingson's accident, he said, "Well, then one of the galleys is going to need to take a fall. If it happened to Ty, it would have likely happened in the wild." Because of this, the animators included a Gallimimus that trips on the fallen tree and falls to the ground before regaining balance during the flocking sequence. I think I remember that. I want to say, you know how you run the memory through in your head because you're trying to replay it. I might, you know what? No, I can't accurately recall that. But that's cool. Now I'm going to be looking for that. I'm be on the lookout for that when I rewatch the scene. The color scheme of the adult galleys was changed by ILM to more bright earth orange and white. The creator of the Gallimimus, Maquette Paul, might have especially preferred the color the digital artist chose. The Gallimimus was the only dinosaur in the first film that was never physically on set, but was instead entirely CGI. The sounds made by the galleys in the first film drew from various sources. The sound of the stampeding flock was created from actual yet smaller stampedes of cattle and horses. The Gallimimus squeals came from a female horse, while the sound of the Tyrannosaurus makes when she shakes the Gallimimus that she promptly kills was simply Gary Rostrom's dog playing with a rope toy. In its appearance in the Lost World Jurassic Park, the Gallimimus model was from the previous film was updated for the sequel. In the original storyboards of the second film's official ending, the other dinosaurs either saw them, but the other ostrich-like dinosaur was cut from the final production. So it was supposed to be there alongside the herd, the Stegosaurus, the T-Rex family that was reunited, and the Pteranodons. In the original... Oh, no. It's very odd that on the Jurassic World website, Gallimimus have teeth in the model, when in the movie there is no real sign of teeth, and the website itself say they have no teeth. That is very odd. It's like the flappy neck right here. It's a design flaw. And that's all that can be said when referencing the inaccuracies to the Jurassic Park /World dinosaurs. Each one of them to have some type of design flaw, which is most commonly pronated wrist. And that's been the Gallimimus Dinosaur Diary. Nice and lengthy, if I do say so myself. much more than its relatives earlier entry, the Archaeognathamimus. So we're hoping that when we eventually get to Struthiomimus, it gets a what's the word here, for lack of a better term, it gets a similar review as well. Can you call these reviews? No, entries. It gets a similar entry. So this has been Super King Ghidorah. So I'm hoping that you enjoyed today's Dinosaur Diary. We're finna move on to the next G in the sequence, and that's finna be taking place on Isla Tacaño. So I'll be seeing you all shortly, and this is Super King Ghidorah and Gallimimus, and we're finna flock off. Peace out, everybody.